Hey, what's up guys, and welcome again to another show of Era of the Geeks. And today I have a review for the ASUS GTX 1060 3GB dual, which is what I really like because as you know, my setup is white, and here we go. This is the overclock version of the 1060 3GB version of the dual. It's white from ASUS and it looks to be a pretty good one. You'll get to see that in the benchmarks shortly. But before that, I'm gonna lay out the specs for you so that you know what you are dealing with. Okay, so this card comes in a few modes when you buy this, and you can actually change the modes in ASUS GPU Tweak. That is the software that comes with your graphic card. Well, you can actually use the disk, or maybe you can download it from the website. I prefer downloading from the website because it is the updated version. So the overclock mode, the base clock is 1594 megahertz and the boost clock is 1809 megahertz. That's a pretty good overclock right there. And the gaming mode and the base clock is 1569 megahertz and boost clock is 1785 megahertz. The overclock mode can be activated by just one click, and the CUDA core count is 1152 CUDA cores, which is actually standard for all 1060 3GB version instead of the 6GB version, which has 1280 CUDA cores. So the effective clock speed on this card is 8008 megahertz effective clock speed, and the ports are 1 DVI-D, 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, and 2 display ports. The only power that you need to use is only just one 6-pin power, and the dimensions of this card is 9.53 by 5.12 by 1.69 inch. Well, I need to tell you that this card uses 2.5 slots, so you have to make sure that it's totally compatible with your chassis and motherboard layout. Because if you're considering, like, maybe you have a sound card that you need to use and some other stuff like a capture card and everything, you need to make sure there's room for that card, whatever you're using on your motherboard. Right, so without any further ado, I know you guys are waiting for this part right here, which is the benchmarks, so I'm just gonna play it for you. I know you guys have been waiting for this part right now. The specifications that I use and the benchmarks that I use is on the screen right now, so here we go. Well, with this card, the 3GB and the better version of the 6GB, you're pretty much set actually at 1080p. Unless, okay, you're playing at 1440p or 4K, that's a whole different story, mind you, please. Well, I'm not saying that you can't get like 144Hz on 1060 in 4K. Well, actually 4K you can't get it. At 1440p you can, but not 4K, mind you. It is just that in the game settings you're gonna have to tweak like medium, probably low. Right, so who is this card for? Well, basically you are heading to 1080p gaming. You want to go with this card. Well, for the final result, what I think is the card is actually made for 1080p gaming. You can play most games in Ultra at 60Hz, but even at 1080p, you're gonna have to push you are going to have to lower down the graphic settings if you are trying to reach 144 Hz if you have that kind of monitor in 1080p. Alright, cool. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video again and again. I would like to thank you so much. Please do share, like, subscribe. I've got a few more videos coming up in the next few days, so you might want to hang in there and stay tuned to the channel. Yeah? So, okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much again, and Arrow of the Geeks, baby.